Let's take a look at the front cartwheel. Front cartwheel looks like this. It's one of my favorite acrobatic moves, and there's a few prerequisites to do the front cartwheel. The first one is just a normal cartwheel, so make sure you drill normal cartwheels and that feels really comfortable for you before you move on to this variation. Another drill that I really like is the touchdown. You want to place a box behind you, start really high. This is a 10-inch box, so maybe start at 30 or 24-inch. We're going to bend the back leg and we're going to straighten the front leg and kick the leg up as we reach down with this hand. So this is a really nice drill because this is the exit position for the front cartwheel. So I like to do reps of this, and then also diagonal stretch as well is another one. So it's this one here, stepping back, keeping the front leg straight and the back leg bent, and we're going to reach back and try to reach down to the heel. We've got separate tutorials of all of those, so I won't go into detail, but make sure you've got a good solid base of those 3 exercises before you move on to the front cartwheel. So let's get into it. First exercise is on the wall. First drill we're going to look at is utilizing the wall, and this one is going to really help you to understand what the hips are doing at the start of the movement. So remember, you have to have your cartwheel down so the cartwheel feels really easy for you. It's going to be your first leg that bends, so as soon as it kicks up, you want to bend that leg, and then you want to start to rotate the hips, because instead of coming out like this or to the back, we're actually moving to the front, and that's what makes it a front cartwheel. So we really need to rotate the hips like this. And I'll show you a drill that we can do on the wall. So you're going to cartwheel into it, find your feet on the wall, and then once you do that, you're going to bend that first kicking leg, which is going to be your first landing leg as well, and then you're going to straighten the other leg because this is the exit position. All right, let's have a look. So I kick up, this leg bends, first leg bends, twist the hips, pushing away, keeping that top leg straight. So I want you to just drill this a bunch of times just to get used to it, utilizing the wall. So kick up, bend that first leg to this position. All right, let's look at the next one. Once that wall drill feels really comfortable, we're going to take it to the floor. And the first variation we're going to do, so you're going to kick up into it. Instead of doing the normal cartwheel hand placement where the hands face in the same direction, kind of facing away from you, what I want you to do is turn that hand around. It's going to be really helpful to create more leverage to push away so we can do the front cartwheel. So you turn that hand in. So I step into it, turn the hand in, do the same drill that we did on the wall out here, and we're going to just land and kind of collapse to the ground. So I'll just show you this version. So we go here, turn the hand, turn the hips, and we just fall to the ground like this. Hips collapsing, one more, and we sit down onto the ground. Okay, so to do the front cartwheel, what it takes is knee flexion and hip extension. So we want to be keeping that hip nice and open as we bend that knee as much as possible to get nice and low to the ground, and again, really pushing away with that arm and then reaching this leg forward. Okay, so let's try another one. Now we're going to try to keep that hip open. We're going to use this leg to reach and push us this way. What's going to happen when you start to progress to this level, you're going to find that you're going to have a step backwards. So you'll keep the hip open and you'll fall backwards, just like this. And you step back, okay? I've tried to keep my hip open. Now what we need to do to create leverage moving this way so we can step out of it, like the full expression of the front cartwheel, we step this way, not step backwards. We want to try to close the gap. So close the gap between where you're putting your foot down and where your hand is. You don't want that gap to be huge because then you're going to fall backwards this way. We want to close the gap, keep that hip open, reach the leg this way so we can step out of it like this. All right, let's give it a go. Using all those tips, remember, hand turns in, twist the hips, facing forward, bring that leg in nice and close to the hand, plant, open the hips, push forward, and we're going to try to step out now. Keep pushing, really push with this arm to get that leverage going forward. One more time, push, we should be able to step out. It feels so good to step out of it like that. Yeah, one of my favorite acrobatic moves. Let me know how you go in the comments. See ya.